Hi there, welcome back to JD Answers. Today we'll be going over the metal computer cart. Let's go ahead and put it together now. We have our 4 casters, 4 washers for the casters, the 2 tiny knobs, and 2 washers for the tiny knobs. And of course the 2 plates that put the CPU stand. Alright, so what we want to do is get the knobs, we'll push those to the side. We don't need those right now, okay? We're going to take these tires, we're going to flip this over, okay? And you can see where we install the caster into it. So let's get a washer, or tiny washer here. Hold it with our one finger, the washer and the caster together. Push it in the slot. And let's see, just turn it with your hand, with your fingers. And that's pretty much what you're doing. You're going to do that for each one. So let's do one more together. Tiny washer with the caster, hold it down, put it inside the area again. And just tie it up with your hand. And then you want to get an open end wrench and just tighten up each one, okay? So I'm going to repeat the process for the second one, but I'm not really going to show you that, just to skip time. We have all 4 casters put on now. Now it's time to put both sides together. Just a quick note, if you're wondering why my tires are dirty, again, I had this for 2 or 3 months. So I love it, but I'm just showing you the way it looks. So now let's get our 2 sides together. Okay. Now you notice one has a rail and the other one has where the bolt goes through for the tiny nut. Okay, so you want to get your 2 sides, make sure that one notch is in front of the rail. Okay, you don't want 2 rails together, so forth. You want this part on top of this here. Okay, so we're going to get our sides, turn it sideways like a 45-degree angle, put both sides together, push down, okay? They are in now. Now let's turn it upside down. Okay, now we got everything in position right. We're gonna get our washer for our tiny knob. Put that in there. Hold it with your finger, the washer, because you don't want to get in the way. With the other hand, you're gonna make it support it. You're gonna push up from the bottom and turn your tiny knob. And it's tight, okay? We're going to repeat the process. Again, washer onto the tiny knob. Okay. We're going to hold it with our finger. Put support in the bottom. Push it, put the tiny knob. And let's find it. There it goes. I pushed it up. I wasn't pushing up from the bottom. Okay, there you go. It's installed now. There you go, working freely now. And all you got to do again to loosen it, to adjust it, is loosen your tiny knobs just a little. Push it with your thumbs and see how it comes off. Tighten. There you go. That's how we install it. Let's go over some of the features. It has 4 protective pads on each side of the cart. It also has 2 stoppers on the cart, one here, one there. This stand can stretch between 4.7 inches to 8.2 inches with a weight capacity of 22 pounds. And the way you adjust these is there's 2 knobs, one here and one at the bottom there. Okay, and what you got to do is just simply turn these knobs, and then they simply just pull out. And you can adjust it to what you need there. And you can see my tire's a little bit dirty, got some dog hair from my dogs. So I had this for about a good 2 months already, and this is an awesome stand. And I'll show you what I use this for. The sides are metal and the base, and each of the canisters turn turn independently. All right, let me show you what I use this for now. This is my studio, and as you can see at the reflection of the monitor, this is the bedroom. And this is pretty much the area I work with, okay? Now, to make the videos where I'm standing behind the desk on the opposite side, so where the monitor is facing me right now, or you guys, I'll be facing you guys on the videos as well on that direction. Because if I face the other way, my whole bedroom will be facing the background. So I move the desk more towards the end of the bed here. And when I'm doing my stand-up videos, where you can see that shelf there and the TV, usually that's behind me. What I would do basically is drag the desk towards me, towards the bed here. And then I would, my foot just push the computer. And you can see all those wires there. I gotta have loose wires so I could move the desk all the way here. And I hate to have exposed wires. Alright, so let me show you demonstrations on how I move the desk. So what I would do pretty much is just start by moving the desk. I pretty much move the desk as far as I can to the bed. And you can see the computer already moving by the wires. And I simply just get my foot and turn the computer, which is not the best thing to do. And I start dragging it all the way over there, then I have to move the desk a little bit, push the computer, and then the desk more. So you can see what I'm doing there. So what I want to do is stop moving my computer and dragging it. So that's why I got the cart. Now let me show you what I do now with the cart. Okay, now what we want to do is now install the CPU onto the stand, okay? So first, we loosen those knobs. We adjust it open. We opened up this CPU stand. Now, what you want to see in the bottom is there's a lip here, okay? And what you want is the feet of the CPU stand, those protective felt pads it usually has, to go on top here. So let me show you from the bottom how we're going to do that. I'm going to take out these wires. Okay, so now what we're going to do is flip this to the back, okay? I'm just going to show you as demonstrations. You don't have to do this, but I want to show you what it has. So these 2 feet here, okay? So when you put your CPU stand, all right, you tighten this up. You want the feet to overlap that, okay? You don't want it to sit on top of this because then it'll be leaning like this. So that way it's a straight, okay? All right, let me loosen those again. Take off the stand. Put our computer back the way it was. Here. All right, now let's install it again. Back on top. Making sure the feet reaching underneath. Okay, there it goes. I feel it. Push it back a little bit. Tighten them up as much as I can. Make it tight. I'm going to reach underneath and tighten up the knobs. 1 and 2. All right, there you go. All right, there you go. You can see how it's running real smooth, okay? All right, so I'm going to put the wires back and I'm going to show you now what I could do differently now. So now I'm back. I installed the CPU back on the stand and I pushed everything back. Now, I'm not sure if you can notice when I move the camera just a minute, but you can see there's less wires now. Less wires hanging out because I don't need all that slack. So I was able to move that slack back to where it needs to be, which is probably behind the monitor and so forth. So now let's move the desk the way I usually do it, right? This part in. Now you can see the CPU stand is actually moving with the computer. All right, let's move this back now. Okay, I'm gonna hold the computer, moving it back. Oh, I gotta pick the computer because of the time. Okay. All right, so you can see it's moving with that. Now let me give you a closer look of what I did. Okay, we got less wires now because there's no slack. The wires we have over there are simply the surge protectors that I have underneath the desk that I tied underneath. Let me get you a good angle of it. There they are. I put 2 surge protectors under the desk so there's less wires there. Alright, and the only wire we see here is actually just the power cord for the CPU. But it's a lot better and cleaner now, except for this part. That's what you see only there. Okay, now you can see where I have the zip ties. I left this on so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so when I move the computer, the CPU moves with it, okay? So I don't have to, again, use my legs or my foot to move this. It moves with the CPU stand. So I thought that was a pretty good trick on what I did there. I do like this CPU stand. I thought this was a good investment. You can see how I use it when I move my desk back and forth. Again, it doesn't cover the vents. It's metal. It has 2 locking tires on the back, or you can put them in the front, whichever way you want to turn it. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, go ahead and give me your thumbs up, and I appreciate that from you. If you wish to purchase this item, I listed Amazon links for you to purchase in the description down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit all notifications for all upcoming videos. I do HDMI splitters. I do dashcam videos. I do dashcam installation videos, smartwatches, and so forth. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.